So, today I am going to regal a bunch of shaped swords. Now, I have only kept Tyrannical, which is T2% increased fizz, and Merciless, which is T1. These are very hard to come by, and I have a lot of them, so it's super exciting. I have jeweled foils and Corsair swords. Now, the reason I did both Corsair and jeweled foils is for two reasons. The first and biggest reason being that Corsair swords are more likely to hit higher physical damage rolls, both on the increased side of things, like, these ones, as well as on flat. So, for example, big flat rolls like flaring or, what's the other one, tempered, you have a higher chance at regaling or alterationing into high fizz damage on a Corsair sword. And you can see I have so many more bases for the Corsair sword as opposed to the counterpart, the jeweled foils. So now the downside to this is jeweled foils, when they do, if you do hit a jeweled foil, it is more damage than a Corsair sword. Not by a substantial amount, but it's still a lot more damage. So anyways, also Corsair bases are cheaper. That's what I was going to say. They're a lot cheaper. These are like 40C a base, whereas these are like, 5 chaos a base. So a lot cheaper to get into, higher chance of hitting, a little less damage if you got a perfect sword. Which brings me to my next point. I don't think I'm going to hit flaring. I really want to. I mean, obviously that would be, GG. But I'm hoping to hit something cool. Either big attack speed roll, tempered, big hybrid roll. Something that's going to make one of these swords quite nice. And another thing I want to bring up is why I'm crafting on shaped bases. So I'm crafting on shaped bases because you can hit a mod on shaper bases that you cannot hit on a regular sword. This mod is, gain percent. I have an example here. Gain percent of physical damage as extra, either cold damage or fire damage, which you see very commonly on stat sticks. Now, what most people don't know, and what I was discovering recently, is that, on your main hand, that mod is just as powerful as a good hybrid roll. And I have a little bit of proof here. Okay, so what I was saying is a triple T1 physical foil. So this is, tier 1 fizz, tier 1 hybrid, tier 1 flat. This is impossible to come by. There's one on standard that's close. It's like T2, T2, T1, but this is probably never going to be in existence. And that, here's a like a GG Blade Flurry build. You have 10 million shaper DPS. If we go down to the conversion foil, which is what I'm trying to make, you have 9.8, so barely less. I believe it was 4% less damage. And you can almost force that as extra mod using the Torah cannot roll attack mods and then exalting a prefix. It's like 90% of the time you hit as extra, and you can truly create, an incredible weapon. And then I wanted to also show how Corsair swords, although they're less damage, so you can see here we have 4% less damage, 9.3 million instead of 9.8. They're also, fine. Sorry, that's the scepter. They're great. So either one would be good. So we're going to go ahead. We're going to regal these. Hopefully I hit something great. If not, that's okay. I don't expect to. I want to give myself a good shot. So without further ado, let's just go ahead and let me do this first. Rare, so we can see what we hit. Let's regal. I don't have my game sounds on. That's all right. So let's just slam all of these. It's actually kind of hard to see on these Corsairs. I think I hit all of them. And all of the foils. Okay, I think that's all of them. So, alright, they've all been regaled. Let's go through and take a look here. So that one hit multi, it looks like. +1. Dex, area damage, cold. Onslaught. Hey, that rolled as extra, so that's great. That's another roll that's really nice. Let's see, pin. Attack speed, I mean, that's okay. Fizz, but that's low fizz. Polished, tier 7. As extra, so that's okay. Attack speed, that's kind of low. I'll just leave that in there. Okay. 23 attack speed, that's pretty good. 20 attack speed, okay, I'll take it. Alright, okay, so no big fizz rolls. We got one fizz roll, it was pretty low. So let's move on to the Merciless. Crit. Ooh, that's the same. Oh, if that was physical damage, not cold, that would be game over. But it's cold. So as extra, that's great. And here's another one actually right next to it. Ooh, there we go. So 12 to 22, that's about the same as Vaughan. So it's still good, but, you know, it's not quite, you know, there. But it's still quite good. Attack speed, oh, 200. So we hit a hybrid. It's tier 7 hybrid, unfortunately, but that'll still sell. Let's see here. 194, so again, we hit a hybrid. That's an even lower hybrid. Probably will still sell, but eh. Alright, so that's the end for the Corsairs. So we hit a few okay ones, but nothing really incredible. Just some sellable ones. Yeah, I mean, probably the 200 is probably the best. Alright, let's do the foils. Foils are the potential big money swords. Let's see what we get. Ooh, that fire. If that was a fizz, we'd be golden. 9 to 24, so there it is again, gleaming, same as Vaughancraft. Oops. That sword's really good by itself, just with the Fizzcraft. That thing's great. 1 to 3, unlucky on that one. Lowest possible tier of Fizz. And the attack speed, so that one's okay. Alright, so now we're down to the final however many Merciless. So hopefully we hit a nice Fizz roll. Let's see what happens. Nothing. Nothing. Attack speed, but not. Chance to bleed. Accuracy, maybe I hit on that one. Ooh, 227. That hit a really nice hybrid. So, tier 4. Yeah, that's going to be a pretty solid sword. Once it's multi-modded out, that's quite nice. Lightning. Ooh, 40 is extra cold. That's also okay. One last sword though for the. That's actually a really nice sword as well. For the flat, and we didn't get it. So to be expected, but I did hit some pretty solid swords. We've got Merciless with T1 as extra. That's great. 227, so a big hybrid roll, and then a couple of nice attack speed. This one had like attack speed, crit chance. It's just ready to go. So yeah, it went okay. I'll finish some of these out. We didn't hit the big money sword, but it was definitely fun to try. And depending on the market, I might go ahead and try again in the future. This one was a sad one. 1 to 3 could have been good, but yeah, hopefully you guys enjoyed that. And yeah, thank you for watching.